Lloyd, thank
Welcome.
you so much for tuning in. Man, it's a beautiful day. It's Giving Excellence Movement. I'm Sean Doherty.
Michael
I got
Dunn
my
Jr.
partner, Michael Dunn Jr. in the house. He's the creative director. I'm the business strategist. We're in Spayse Studios here in Dallas, Texas.
That's indeed true.
Such a pleasure to be here. Thank you
It
so
is.
much. Here at the Giving Excellence show, we bring in local, young and old, movers and shakers within the community who are giving back, making creative adjustments, taking creative thoughts and ideas and turning it into action. So that's what we're all about here. We love to give back. We're doing it for you.
Yeah.
We love you. We thank you. Mike, tell us a little bit about the guest you have on today.
Yeah, man. Apollo is a good friend of mine. He's an artist, creative director. He does it all. Motivational speaking. This guy that we're gonna bring on today. You know, here at Giving Excellence, we always about bringing out the best of the best. And I knew it was a great opportunity to bring on Mr. Apollo, so you guys can feel his energy. He's very passionate. So when he comes on, guys, just recognize that this is a brother that, you know, we have families and we're doing this.
We've grown with this kid.
Of course, we've grown with him. And I'm just excited to get him on because I know how he is and his fire, and I love it. So I'm looking forward to it, man. We're going to bring on this guy, and you guys are going to get to see it for yourself.
Man, I'm so excited. Tobias J. Cook is his real name. He's the
indeed.
man, the myth, the legend, Apollo. We're going to play a quick joint. I hope this connection works, but he's going to do it a cappella for y'all. So we're going to cut to him here in just a second.
Yeah. I feel it rushing through my veins, it's driving me insane. I've already thought of the words, but the silence that remains. I don't really know how to describe it, people call it pain. They didn't know the love, but now I'm feeling strange. The late night drinking all of the smoking, they think it can't help me get at this ocean. The weight will make sure I'm sinking. I wish it was easy to lay it all on the table, but every happy ending hurt was only heard in the fable. So now I pray to my Savior, thank you, I love you. You provided me with this gifts and I put no one above you. I put hard work in this music, I do not invest in bottles. Every time I'm about to spit, they get the collie wobbles. No time to holler at models, I reside in my grotto. This might give me the power, and now they wait for Apollo. All the work I put in, I got that's a lot of money. I'm so tired of being tired, but you know I'm still hungry. What I gotta do to be the man at the top? Maybe follow people who are winning at the top. Drake and Wayne did it, M and Dre did it, J and J did it, Apollo about to get it. You never see me stopping by this time next year. I just want to be known. And the year after that, I'm gonna put the team on. 3 years into this, and my appeal would have grown. 4 years later, be a name in your home. Half a decade into this, some top 5 with the ghost, with enough capital to buy a couple of boats. House so big that I had to buy a couple of modes. For the jokes, you think they dope, but can I say afloat? Yeah, they probably think I'm dissing. I'm just aiming for the target you're constantly missing. On the path, let's chop bar. Boy, I'm on the mission to do what it takes to see. Man, I gotta get it in nobody, he can throw me off. I need a few people that'll show me off. I'm here to change the side of hip-hop, saw it off. My name was Apollo and I was sent to kill them all. They all soft, I kill them all. Don't get involved, I knock you off. You ain't hard, like not at all. You're too soft, we're breaking jaws. Like, hold up, what you crying for? Jeez.
Hey. Man, bringing it down. Let's go ahead and air that commercial of Tobias J. Cook, Apollo.
Let's get it.
Time is a matter of space in which we occupy and place hopes and dreams and pace ourselves to finish the race. We battle and fight until our knuckles bleed. We battle and fight with our buckled knees. We battle and fight grinding constantly. We battle and fight to a shackled beat of our own drum, piano, and strings. The way that we sing and praise the Almighty. Like eagles we soar with heart and pride. We desire to feel alive, but we never let the hustle die. We take bruises and scrapes and crumbs out the place. Jealousy and hate, discussion, debates, but we never let the hustle die. Through the commotion of the daily bustle, the headaches through the constant struggle, God gives us the strength so that we can muscle with the unbreakable heart and hustle.
Hey, man,
That-
I get chills watching that video, man.
I see.
Just
you, brother.
seeing, I mean, this band of brothers. We've been. I moved here 2 years ago, and
Yeah.
Tobias J. Cook was a huge part of my life when I first moved here. We've all got families now, and just seeing him grow as a leader, as an artist, as an entertainer, as a spiritual man. It's just amazing to see. We don't get to connect near enough, but I know that you're being a role model out there, and that's why we chose you to be a part of our show. He is literally transforming his creative mind and creative spirit and putting it into action each and every single day. He's the most consistent person in my life right now. He consistently knows his brand, he knows his mission, and he knows who he is within the church, within society, within the family, as well as within his artistic self. And we are so honored to have you here. And I don't say it enough, and Mike Dunn can testify as well, but this whole reason for this show probably can give complete credit to this kid. I remember us talking in some random cafe about, hey, Giving Excellence, we need some sort of podcast.
Right.
Like, he should be the host of this show.
Indeed.
And so for this episode 4, we're just so grateful. He ran all across the place, got these videos to me, like everything just happened perfectly. And now he's here, and we get to talk to him. We get to hear from the man who created probably this event. He created so many things. He has his mind, but get it here, folks. He turned his creative mind into action, and that's what we're here today to do and to share with how possible it really is to do that. And Mike Dunn, he has a really strong bond with Tobias. He Apollo, as we call him. But hey, that was me versus him. That was a nice track. I like that. Go ahead and Mike, take it away from here. Obviously, we're going to ask Apollo some questions about his faith, his artistic passion, his just being a leader in the community, because that's what we all need to be. We need professional role models in the entertainment industry, so kids can look up to our entertainment people, whether they're artists, actors, entertainers, and see their character is just amazing. They have great morals, ethical standards. They're leaders behind closed doors as well as in their community. So, I mean, I could go on forever. So, Mike, just take it away from me.
Yeah,
please.
I think, brother, Sean, you definitely hit it on point. A lot of the great things that you mentioned about Tobias. Man, we've been the thing about it. The bond is truly, man, it's amazing, and I'm grateful for you, brother, for all the work that you do. I know we're all fathers here, by the way, and we're young individuals, 25, I think 25 and 26. So I mean, we all have kids, and you know, our kids are actually very close in age, pretty similar. We all have boys as well. So I got 2, he has 2, and Sean has 1. And
Raising Kings,
man. That's what we have, a kingdom to do. So Tobias, just go ahead and chime in, man. Where you from, a little bit of your background, man, and what are you passionate about, what you're pursuing now, and how you are striving on a daily basis to not just be a role model to your children, but also to people within your communities. I know you serve a lot within the church. To Pastor David.
Yeah, shout out to Pastor David.
Where you
Shout
at,
out to
Calvary?
Pastor David.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Calvary North Fort Worth.
Hey, Tobias, take it away. Tell us
let's do
what
it.
you got.
Hey,
Drop some knowledge.
Yeah, real quick, like I said, my name is Tobias J. Cook, officially known as the artist Apollo. Before I say anything, I want to give a special thanks to Sean and Mike, man.
Oh, thank you, brother.
I appreciate the honor, man. It's an honor to be here on this platform. So I'm grateful to you guys, and I'm really happy for you guys to get this set up.
We appreciate you.
This is a good setup, man.
You don't even take credit for it, because I know this was your
planted
idea.
the seeds.
What a humble guy he is.
This is a team effort, man.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's a message for anybody out there. Like, no matter how much work you put into something, like, no one's going to be able to be extremely successful without that team. So build that team around you, become a family with them, bond with them, and grow with them. That's how success is done. That's how winning is done. It's done with teamwork.
Right.
But just a little bit about me. Like they said, I'm 25 years old. I got 2 kids of my own. Not going to give them their names because you don't need to know. But a little bit of my background. I actually grew up in South Texas in a little small town called Kingsville. Not super rough. I was jumped into a gang. Don't really want to get too much into that. I was jumped out also. But because of the situations I went through there, it actually drove me to becoming a I can't even say it correct. It actually drove me to become a militant.
Right.
I'm a veteran United
Look
States
at that.
Army.
Yeah.
So
Veteran.
3 and 4.
I mean,
Oh wait, 2 and 4. We got.
Yeah,
some,
he did. He served 4 years in the military.
Yeah, man. So and that was fun. I was an aircraft mechanic for Uncle Sam, which is pretty
Uncle
cool.
Sam.
But after becoming an aircraft mechanic and after all the things I went through as a child, I'm now, like I said, a father too.
Right.
I got a beautiful wife. I got the most beautiful woman on the planet for y'all.
Shout out to
Yeah,
her.
buddy.
Shout out to her.
So much patience with your journey.
Man,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like the patience that had to be created because of everything that I went through, and then just to get me here.
I know too.
Something I did share with you guys. I actually almost quit about a month ago, bro.
Wow. See?
Quit what?
I almost quit the music business.
Whoa, hey.
He almost quit. We ain't,
See, we didn't know that.
you know, things because things change,
I don't want to
you
know that.
So since he said it, I mean, we definitely we don't quit. But Tobias, I've noticed that brother, what we've learned with each other is how powerful it is to work on personal development.
Right.
Share that
Love
of
personal
what's the because you know how much personal development adds a lot of value to your life, to your mind. I mean by personal development,
Yeah, I was about to say, what does that mean?
So I mean, honestly, like for me, when it comes down to a personal development, a lot of people think it's just like self-help or just being like gung ho all the time. It's not. It's not the case.
Right.
When I wanted to give up, I was at a point where I was like, okay, I've been working on this same album for 5 years, and I'm a perfectionist, so it's kind of my fault. But I've been working on this album for 5 years, and throughout the 5 years, I met people, lost people.
Right.
I had situations, like messed up those situations, or somebody else messed me up in those situations. And I had many opportunities to quit before.
Yeah.
And at this point in my life, I was just fed up. I was like, you know what? This album's not going anywhere. Like, I need to spend more time with my family.
Right.
I just got this new promotion at my job. I'm now a director at my church.
Yeah.
So it's like, maybe this is what I need to do. Maybe I'm just a family man, but then God gave me a sign. For those who don't believe in God, I mean, that's cool. But you can call it the universe, whatever you want to call it. But I got this epiphany, and it was like, this is what you were created for.
Yeah.
You were created to create things. So and for anybody,
And we all are, am I wrong?
Yeah, we are.
Go
We
on
are
with
all
that.
artists of our own demise.
Right.
So whatever your goal is in life, whatever your passion is, you have to really want it bad enough to where, like, once you get to that quitting point, that's when you make that decision. Like, you either quit and you keep going that same path, and once you make that first decision to quit, that's what you're gonna be doing for the rest of your life. I'm just being real with you. Or you can take the other path, which is the one that I took, which is the path that's less traveled by. You take that path of, this is what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. Like, I'm gonna take all that guilt, all that shame, I'm gonna throw it out the window. All those times I failed, throw it out the window. All those times someone said I wasn't good enough, throw it out the window. And then you have to tell yourself that you're good enough to make it. And this is not some kind of, like I said, self-help or some kind of like motivational speech or nothing like that. This is real, y'all. Like,
Choices.
It's all about choices, bro.
I got just to mention, because I recall, a lot of things that us millennials, we have this opportunity that it's called network marketing. And, I know you were very passionate about that at one point in time. Tell our audience how that has helped you and what kind of experience did you gain from it? Because, you're surrounded with a lot of people who see a higher vision of their lives. They don't see the average 9 to 5. They see more of like being an entrepreneur, creating your own business, your own lane, because that's, like you said, we're here to create. So what did you take out of that? And what did you learn?
Of course, network marketing for sure.
Oh, Sean, you stepped in that too.
I mean, hey, you can make your thing. And I think that before we hear Tobias, sorry, I'm going to be selfish right now. Network marketing works for people, but I think that the most important thing, if you ever get involved in something like that, is the value you take out of how much they preach self-education, self-help, reading,
definitely,
educating,
personal
networking, personally having personal relationships and building bonds with people. I've been able to experience that as well. I stay stacked up on audiobooks. Mike knows. I'll go to the library, get 10 at a time. I'll just roll with that. I'm not a reader, so personal development is literally any weakness you see in your life and your character and your behaviors on a day-to-day basis. It's the active active response to fix those things
Yep.
or get better in a certain area of your life. And that's personal development. In a nutshell, personal development is such a cliche word nowadays because it's so out there. You know, you got your Tony Robbins, your
Right.
Eric Thomas, personal development.
Your Apollo.
But literally, you have to acknowledge and look into yourself and see what you're weak in, or maybe find out where your gifts are,
Right.
and develop those. But be great all around person.
Yeah.
And I think that's personal developing, getting knowledge from different leaders by reading books and researching those people before you dive into them, and take bits and pieces from each book that you read, each person that you encounter, and be active and intentional about each individual that you meet and appreciate them.
Yeah.
And I think personal development is reading, it's writing, it's personal relationships, it's your home life,
Right.
it's your spiritual life.
Yeah.
You're developing yourself on a grander scale.
All aspects of it.
So, Tobias, sorry to cut you off,
No,
but
good.
yeah, would you say that's accurate in your assumption with your experience with that? And we're not going to talk a lot about that as far as your experience with that, but just would you say that's the first time that you've heard people think on a higher level, or have you been experienced to that, or you just gravitated towards that experience? And tell us about how it has shaped you today and what you're doing.
Well, good question, actually. To be honest with you, I will say this just straight up before I try to get this broad explanation, but network marketing did change my life. Not even because of the finances. So I don't want anyone to think this is like a network marketing push on you guys at all. This is not the case.
They will push on you.
Yeah, they will push on you. If y'all want to know about the business, just hit me up. My Instagram, everything will be out there. But anyway, the people I surrounded myself with within my company, that's what really helped me. Like they said, the self-help, the developing, the people who, like they said, that think on a higher level. If you connect yourself with people who are where you want to be, the chances you getting there are high. My mentor once told me that in order for you to make $1 million a year, find someone who's making $1 million a year and do what they do. If you want to be like the other 90%, do what the 90% do, and then just keep doing that. That's just winning and losing right there. You don't have to take. You can take my word with a grain of salt. I mean, I don't mean to be rude, but it doesn't really bother me. But at the end of the day, it's like Sean said earlier, you got to make those choices for yourself. If you want to be great, if you want to continuously give excellence every single day, you have to want that for yourself. When you're tired, when you've been beaten up, when you're mentally drained, when your emotions are all out of whack, it's up to you to decide whether or not you want to keep going with that train, because the only person that's going to stop you is you. And like I said, just kind of give you like more of a brief background of myself. I grew up without a father. My mother, who I love to death, wasn't necessarily always there. She didn't really know how to raise kids. You know what I mean? And nobody does. There's no book for it.
No.
And I can't blame her. I love that woman.
I agree.
And I had a pretty rough childhood. Even like all the friends I grew up with now, I talked to 2 of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of trials and tribulations and heartbreaks and a lot of stuff that really goes on in our lives and that makes us want to quit. But that's called life, okay?
Yeah.
And at this point in our lives, if you're watching this podcast, then that's good. That means you're supposed to be where you need to be. Like, the reason you're watching this podcast is because there's something inside of you that says, I want more for me.
Yeah.
I want more for my life, for my family, for my future, whatever it is that you want.
Yep.
Like, that's why you're watching this podcast, because the universe drew you here. Like, and it's just, I can go on and on. And
I know, and I love it. And I love when you talked about how you find someone that makes the money that you want to make and mirror that.
Yeah.
And I think that I can dive a little bit deeper into that, in the fact that I not necessarily look up to people that have the money, the wealth. I look up to the people with the high character. The high character, the high spiritual life, the high, and character means, who are you behind closed doors? Not only in public, but what kind of person are you in your family, church, wherever your niche is. But I'm a firm believer in people that walk out the life that personally my faith represents. Those high character people I aspire to. And you'll often see, don't chase the dollar bill itself. Chase the lifestyle that people are living that you want to live.
Facts.
And so I think that obviously money is a huge issue in America, in how people chase that next dollar bill. But Mike and I had this vision of the Giving Excellence movement without the dollar bill in mind.
Yep.
I know from our true faith and our actions on a daily basis that will come. And that's not what I'm concerned about, because if you're looking at that, that's not sustainable. If you're genuine with the people, if you take care of your guests that come on and you take care of the people around you, amazing things will happen in your life and you're not going to expect it. So I think that we need to look up to role models, and we hope to be those role models.
Yeah.
And we're on that journey right now. But I think that look up to high character people, and they're wealthy, whether the dollar bill or they have a wealthy life and the personal relationships that they have.
And
so yes, Tobias, definitely latch on to someone that has what you want, not material things. And you'll see, if you walk out that life and do the things that they do and latch onto them, great things are going to happen. And you never know what's going to happen to you. So why not start now? Let's take action
today. Let's take action.
So Mike, how about you go ahead and continue asking Tobias a couple questions about his role in, his Calvary Church, and also well, I guess I could ask you.
Yeah, no, you already asked
your role, your role in Calvary Church,
Sean.
as well as, well, I feel like I'm talking too much.
No,
but your role in Calvary, and also, I know Mike, I don't want to talk about, we got some projects coming up, but talk about how music, how does it work with you being a Christ follower and being in your church an active member? Is there a disconnect, or using your spiritual gifts in the church to kind of influence your music? How does that dynamic work? Is it a completely separate dynamic, or is it coinciding with each other? And what do you do at Calvary, and why do you even serve? Like, why does anyone ever want to give back? Why do you want to spend your time to give to someone else? Talk a little bit about that, because that's very important, I think.
So, good question. To be honest, I've been thinking about that first question for like 5 years.
What's up? What first question?
That question about how my music's going to tie in with my faith. And here's the thing, y'all. Like, believing in Jesus Christ it's more than just that, goody two-shoes lifestyle as people want to think it is. And
it's tough.
It is. Being a Christian is tough, but it's not, it's not that TV Christian. I don't know how more blunt to put it.
Don't be throwing out names. Don't be throwing out names.
I'm not gonna throw any names, but I mean, because a lot of people have this misconception of what it is to be a Christian. They think we have to have our T's crossed, I's dotted.
Yeah.
Like, we have to live like a super clean.
Oh, the rules.
Pure,
Yeah.
And that's religion. Okay.
Right.
That's religion. That's not the gospel. There's a complete disconnect on that. So I could go on and on about how Jesus, gave us the gospel. But here's the thing. As far as my beliefs are concerned, I'm not here to convert you. My job is to love. That's Jesus' job. Like,
love it.
You being saved, that's up to him. I mean,
love is the most powerful thing on the planet.
You guys are already saved. Whether you want to believe it or not, it's already done. But like I said, it's not my job to convert you. My job is to let you know that I love you, no matter what your race is, no matter your sexual orientation, no matter how much money you have, don't have, what kind of car you drive, what kind of clothes you got. I don't really care.
Preach it.
Yeah.
My job is just to show you guys love. And as far as like my music and things, like I don't want to say this name because a lot of people are like, there he go. But like I kind of like take a lot of my inspiration from people like Tupac, Eminem.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing at all. Shout out to Pac family.
Shout out to Pac. But I don't want them to think I'm comparing myself. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you are.
But the reason why I say that is because Tupac had an interview and he once said that the reason why he makes the music that he makes, like why he says certain things and acts in certain ways, because in order to get someone to your world, you have to first dive into their world and then bring them there. You can't just expect them to show up.
It's called empathy. Walk a day in their shoes.
You gotta show it. And I have music that really touches people's heart. I'm not really. I don't make party music. I apologize. Like that's just not my style. My style is to really reach out to people and bring them.
We need more conscious music. Like, now that you mentioned that, and that's why it's important for us to just get into the industry, because I'm serious, because
Mike's got a message for y'all.
When you hear about and you listen to the music that is going on today, it's really reckless and it promotes a lot of destruction. And me personally, I think it's strategic, and they set it up to allow younger people to influence them. But we need more conscious music. That has to be the primary type of voice sound that you hear, because you got to understand, people, that like I said, we always talk about how powerful the mind is. What you place in your mind, what are you listening to?
Well,
because that's going to make your reality.
We need more love in our music, bro.
Love, and passion.
I mean, and
even though Tobias is raw.
Right.
Boy, raw.
I can be a little harsh. I mean, but here's the thing: like, it takes it more than just love. I'm not talking about that lovey-dovey, like sit in the bed with your girlfriend type of music. I'm talking about that, like, caring for one another kind of music.
Yeah.
And I mean, I like party music. I'll jam out to people all day long.
Party
like,
rock anthem.
like that Rockstar song by Post Malone, 217. I'll jam out to that all day long.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
whoa, you and Post got something coming through.
Bro, Post, yeah. You know he came from here, right?
Yeah. Grapevine.
Yeah, bro.
Shout out to Post Malone.
Yeah,
Where
shout
you
out.
at?
Dallas, Texas.
But well, that's what we need. Like we need more music just to bring people closer together, man. And
right.
Yeah, that is what it is.
Just promoting more positive messages.
Yeah, bro.
Simple as that. Just being more positive within the communities, having more people understand that there's a bigger picture to us, and we're just here for a limited time, right? So right. I mean, like, throughout our young years, it's important for all these artists, just any of these artists that, I'm not gonna mention any names, but the ones that are actually in the industry that have influence. If you have a great amount of influence, meaning that you have a great following, and sometimes you got to look at the bigger picture, and that's where personal development comes into role, because you can get the money, but you ain't even know who you are as a person yet. But you got all this money, and you're just throwing it away, and you're not truly using your mind. So it's important for all of you artists out there that have that influence, to understand that there's little kids that are looking up to you, and if you're showcasing any type of drugs or all this money and negative things within our communities, then that's what these kids are going to think that's their way out, and that's not their way out. And our job here at the Giving Excellence, that's why we provided a positive platform for the youth, because we recognized that we needed some people to understand that we got to raise some conscious individuals. We cannot let this continue to happen anymore, because if it happens, then 20, 50, 30 years from now, I mean, whatever, in the future, they're going to be looking back like, man, what in the world happened? Like, where were the people that actually cared about the communities and the kids and the children? So that's here. That's why Giving Excellence is here. This is what we do.
This is exactly why. You put it. Thank you, Mike.
We uplift the world. Shout out to Bajan, though, by the way.
Bajan. Also, to piggyback off of what Mike just said, I caught a piece of that you talked about. If you have an influence in the community or in the music industry, that understand that little kids and people are watching you and they want to look up to you as a role model, whether it's the money they're after, the lifestyle you're after, and know that if we fully accept that responsibility. That's why we want to dive into the entertainment industry, and we want to hit every area of the entertainment industry and hold our integrity throughout that, because we are fully accepting the responsibility that we are on a platform that millions of people can see, and the fact that our character is going to be tested.
Yep.
We're going to get tested all the time, and when you're on a certain platform, you have to consciously know to be a professional.
Right.
And so money and greed can get the best of you, and we are fully prepared to take that responsibility to be role models in the entertainment industry, whatever area we go into. And I think a lot of people get fame too fast and not understand who they are, like you were just saying, that when they get in that moment, they're not a strong enough person. They haven't built that armor up to know who they want to represent and what their brand stands for when they get there. So let us not forget, Mike, this is a testament to you and I and Tobias, as we accept that responsibility to get into that role, to challenge each other, to have high integrity, high character. And when we get to that stage, that we know we're going to be tested and challenged with different material things and what people say, and that's what we're here for. We want kids to be able to watch people like us talking to them at night when they're sitting around the kitchen table, instead of tuning on Simpsons or something negative like that. It's not. They should be hearing people that are trying to create change. I'm not saying I'm the greatest thing ever. We are, but we want to share our part. And I think that if kids go to bed hearing positive things like this and love in their hearts and knowing their purpose and getting after their creative thoughts and turn it into action, I think that we're going to build up a
good community of people,
great generation coming up behind us. Because if if you're not getting led by someone and leading someone else, what are you doing?
Of course. And you know, just to touch back, we got to think, like, eventually these kids, and like, we're all fathers here. So my son's 4 and 6, both of my boys, and eventually these kids are going to be taking care of us.
Ooh.
Right? They're going to be the ones that's going to be leading
it's like that.
And being in charge. So if we're not conscious enough to not be focused on what's going on outside of it, we got to focus on the next generation. We got to continue to build these guys up because they need us. They need that supporting cast. And that's what Giving Excellence here. This is what we're going to do. And that's what God has put in, is our vision. And it's going to take a lot of patience, but it's going to happen because we're going to make it happen.
Yeah, and I like that word you used earlier, Sean, positivity.
Positivity. Talk to them about it.
Now, the reason why I like that word is because you asked me earlier why I want to give back to my church, like with my service and everything like that. And it's because of that. You know, a lot of people, wake up in the morning, maybe they're having a rough day, rough week, whatever the case is, and they just need that little bit of positivity.
You need a lot of it.
And that's the reason why.
Especially in the world today.
That's the reason why my wife and our directors at Calvary North Fort Worth is so we can give people that little bit of happiness early in the morning before they, can come in with the bad heart and just like let it sit there because. The best way to get rid of a negative situation is to take a negative person out. But if you could change that negative person's heart to a positive one, and then positivity is not happiness. Don't get that confused. Just because you're in a positive mood doesn't necessarily mean you're happy.
Where does positivity come from?
Positivity comes from a mindset. It's all about how you think about it. It's all about how you look at life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, something bad happens to everybody every day. Like, you're not the only person that bad stuff happens to. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta take all that negative stuff that happens and just like take it as a situation. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, this is stuff that happens. How can I get over it? And how can I make sure it doesn't happen next time? Just learn from your mistakes. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, bro, like for me, like music, the way I think about God, the way I think about my family, that all for me ties into one because. What matters to me is like what I think about the universe, and at the end of the day, and this is my last point. I don't know if you have any more questions or not, but
I got one suggestion, but that's after you finish up.
So there are two things that are very true about our universe, and number one is we are either here in this entire universe by ourselves, or number two, we're not. Either way is very scary. So whether we are like the most important thing in the universe or we're not the most important things in the universe, you're still important to you. Right.
That's deep.
So it's up to you to really find out who you are, and just really dive into yourself. Take some time out, sit down, meditate, read a book.
Turn out the TV. You. You just mentioned it. I was going to ask.
It's not arrogance, is it though? Is it confidence? Is it just?
It's not.
I mean, because there's a difference between.
It's knowing who you are with yourself. It's being one with yourself. And then, like, not being afraid to be who you are.
Right.
Like, why do you think the successful people, I'm not even talking about money, but, like, the people who are successful or successful in your eyes, like, why do you think they are where they are? They know who they are, and they walk in that.
Of course.
And then that's what you guys got to do.
Right.
You can't walk in defeat. Don't walk in failure. Don't walk in fear. Whatever it is that you know you are, if you're a warrior, you're a conqueror, you're a king. For all my queens out there, like, you put yourself on your own pedestal and you walk in that light. You ain't gotta be cocky. Just be who you are.
Know who you are. That's important. Just want to mention, you do have it because I know you're an avid reader. 3 books that you can mention to our audience. They can pick up that helped influence your mindset, positive. Anyone, Sean, what books can we recommend?
Don't even ask me. I got a list I could pull up. But hey,
bookshelf, bro.
After Tobias gives these notes, if he can think of 3, if he needs help, I can definitely help him. We're going to cut to the Giving Excellence commercial we just released. If you haven't seen it yet, it's amazing. We love it. We look forward to displaying our services coming up, and we are actively taking requests for us to be at your school event, whatever it may be. We are excited for that. Ready. So, Tobias, take it away with those 3 suggestions of books to either read or listen to audiobook-wise.
Cool.
And,
So, number 1, this is probably my favorite book. It's a long book, too. This is the 101 Collections of Leadership Principles by John C. Maxwell. It's about that big.
John C. Maxwell in the house. I have not read that.
Yeah, that's a good one, bro. Everyone's heard about this book, and I'm actually on my 3rd time reading it. Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Kiyosaki in the house.
Yeah, bro. So, with me, like I said, I didn't grow up with the father. So, like, for me to read that book, it was kind of like, but, like, after reading it over and over again, I realized it wasn't about me. It's about my son. So, we'll get to that later. And number 3, my favorite book of all time is... And this sounds so cliche to say.
Tell me it's what I think it is.
I think I know, but...
I hope it is what he's about to say, but...
How to Win Friends
and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. That is an awesome book. I love it.
I did not expect that.
It's a good one.
Did you think I was going to say the Bible?
No, I thought you.
I thought he was gonna say Think and Grow Rich. That's what I thought. Honestly, I was like Napoleon Hill.
Put that on your book.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
That's on my top 5, not my top 3.
Whoa! How to Win and Influence Friends. It's true. It's all about how you influence people.
Yeah.
So that's amazing. I have read that, but I did not take notes. So I need to go back again. So thank you so much. We're gonna air a commercial and then we're gonna close it out. Thank you. Giving Excellence Movement is a culture of individuals that are transforming the entertainment industry into an educational platform. Through our variety of services, we bring years of study, personal development, mentorship, and life experiences that not only educate the youth, but also aspiring entrepreneurs to walk as a role model and create positive change within their communities. We see there's a major need in the entertainment industry for powerful young role models that the youth can latch onto and bring about lasting change in not only their lives, but the lives of thousands of others that may need a helpful hand to get out of their current circumstances. Our services include live speaking at schools, businesses, and events, TV show and event host, uplifting music production, brand ambassador work such as commercial advertising, acting, and much more. If you would like Giving Excellence to come provide your school, business, show, or event a boost of positive, sustainable personal development, please inbox us at givingexmovement@gmail.com and visit us at our website at www.givingexmovement.com. We are honored to bring the movement to you and look forward to continuing to transform the entertainment industry into one that can showcase young, professional role models that our next generation can listen to for guidance and support. From Giving Excellence Movement, we love you and know you can and will give excellence in every area of your lives. Close you out here. We want to say some last minute thank yous to Spayse Studios, Jay on the Switch.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you so much. This is a vision we had a long time ago, and it's just the start. And Mike, it gives me chills to think about, even this might seem like a small task. This is something that we love, and we truly care about giving back to the community. And we truly care about building up a next generation of leaders in the right way, with the right standards, with the right ethics, morals, and just being high integrity, high character people. And Mike, go ahead and take it away with how we can connect, or how our viewers can connect with us at Giving Excellence, me and you personally, as well as Tobias as an artist and a person, so that people can kind of be a part of the movement.
Yeah, of course. We have a website, GivingXMovement.com. Giving EX, that is. Also, Instagram, Giving X Movement, Facebook, Giving X Movement as of now.
EX Movement.
EX Movement, same thing. But
no, you're missing an E.
Yeah, connect with us. And some of the services, we obviously are definitely very passionate about the youth and the kids. For the schools out there, anybody that has requests to bring us in to come speak to your students and inspire them and get them on a path that can just really plant the seeds. We're about planting seeds, and giving God all the
And Mike's good
praise.
On stage too.
Yeah,
if you want him to host an event,
hosting, that
dude is killer.
He
did one at Trees for your boy Bobby Sessions.
Shout out to Bobby Sessions, Dallas,
Bobby
Texas.
Sessions,
he's a great artist as well.
What's his frame? Bobby Sessions, the legend.
The Legend of Dallas.
The Legend of Dallas.
Yeah, we gotta get Bobby on the line.
I can't wait to get Bobby.
Hey, but yeah,
but Tobias is the creator.
Where can we find your music, your social media? Where are you? Like, how can we tune into this new album coming in? When is the album coming? Quickly, how can you let us know?
The album is coming November blank 2017.
Okay, so November. All right.
Right now, I do have a single called Malfunction that I did with a reggae band called Arise Roots. Shout out to Kareem and the band out there. It's called Malfunction. You can find it on Apple Music, Spotify, Google Play, anywhere.
All of them.
Any major digital download.
That's real.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Apollo Mahalo. That's APOLLOMAHALO.
Oh, he did it like that.
You can also follow me on Snapchat at
awesome.
The Artist Apollo if you want to get to know me a little bit better. On Snapchat, I kind of like do a lot of my family life, what I do for work and for a living and stuff like that.
Indeed.
So, like I said, Apollo Mahalo or The Artist Apollo on Snapchat. Hit me up on Apple Music. The faster I can get some more of those plays going, if I can get to 500 plays by like the first week of November on Apple Music, I'll drop the entire album for you guys. Before
Man, just go listen to Malfunction. You know what? Real quick, I know we're wrapping up. I really enjoyed the message that is in that song. So please go check it out. Go listen to it. Share it. It's truly an awesome song. I'm trying to think of who it really reminded me of when I thought about it, but I wanted to say like Bob Marley mixed with a rap. It was someone. I was like, man, this is awesome. I love the band that's in it. So shout out to
Arise Roots.
Arise Roots, man. Those some great guys.
And one last thank you. Once again, we can't thank Spayse Studios and Jay for taking time out of his day.
Thank you so much.
He has so many things going on, and you are amazing.
Thank you.
This opportunity has been great. Tobias, you have a family. You took time away for us after serving at his church. Man, the dude's incredible. Follow him. I'm at Sean R. Doherty. Instagram, Michael Dunn.
Dot Junior.
Instagram, and then as well as our Facebook that should be streaming live. We're gonna pull up a YouTube video that's gonna have all of our episodes. We're gonna have it at Giving Excellence Media on the YouTube channel. We'll have all of our episodes. So if you want to see the 3 previous ones and follow the next ones coming up, check it out there.
Indeed.
We're going to close out here. Thank you so much. It's been a wonderful day. Episode 4 at the Giving Excellence Show. Over and out. We love you. We believe in you. We know that you can and will give excellence in every area of your life. Thank you.